Oh, I guarantee it'll put a smile on your tummy.
You darn right.
Your tummy will be grinning from, what do you call it, from what to what?
Rib to rib.
It's not ear to ear.
Rib to rib.
You'll be smiling from rib to rib.
From lower rib to lower rib.
I like that.
Yeah. Create a smile.
You know, everybody's stomach is different size, though, right?
Yep.
Some people have big stomachs.
Yep. Like me.
Some people have little stomachs.
Like you.
I don't have a little stomach. It's too big. I got to get it down. Anyway, Valentine's date night. There you go.
Coming up. We are here. I am Royal Ross, Trek Properties, and we are live here at JMO's Bowl for a little bit of high school activities talk today. Sports or any activity is good for us. But yes, Ryan does have JMO's Valentine's date night coming up on actual Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2026. You're going to have some really great meal. You're going to have a great meal here. Prime rib, roasted potatoes, veggies, dinner roll. Oh, he would like reservations. So if you could, please contact them at 507-323-8228 and get your reservation in for the Valentine's Day prime rib dinner. 16-ouncer, too. So it's not like, a 8-ouncer or anything. It's a big prime rib.
$29.95.
It's a good deal. I think that's a wonderful deal. Every meal comes with a glass of wine as long as you're 21. And, I bet there's going to be some chocolates and some roses floating around and stuff like that, too.
You going to bring your sweetheart out here?
I'm not going to be in town. I'm going to be gone.
Where are you going?
Florida.
For Valentine's?
Well, I'm not going there for Valentine's, but I'm there over Valentine's. Yeah, so yeah, you're going to miss me. I won't be here for 2 Saturdays in a row now.
Okay.
The next 2. I know you'll carry on and probably even have a better show without me, but I just won't be here.
I doubt that highly. Got to make sure we get some guests out here.
Yeah.
I should have asked the 2 lads, the wrestlers that I visited with, but the plan was I was going to take those interviews and have them available in case nobody came out today, and then I never got around. They're on the website. They're on the website right now under the Gamecast, we call it. Gamecast.
Yeah.
I recorded the wrestling match. Jesse Armbruster did the hole by hole for me, and I interviewed those kids after because the match was 20 minutes total. Bless you. 20 minutes total was the match. That was it. So the recording is about 50 minutes, and I'm guessing there's probably about 5-6 minutes of an interview with those 2 kids.
Yeah, it would have been great to hear that.
It's the shortest wrestling match I've ever seen.
Sure. Yeah, for the entire match. You're not talking an individual match. You're talking
20 minutes total.
The entire total match. And, but we'll be back. I mean, we've got a great history for wrestling in town.
You could say that again. In fact, Jesse and I were talking about since I've been in Faribault, this has been a wrestling town.
Yes, definitely.
And it's just kind of sad to see it in the situation it's in. It's all about numbers. They have numbers issues in virtually every sport.
Yeah, unfortunately, sadly we do.
And I don't know if it's, I don't know why it is. Is it too expensive? If it is, let's figure out a way to provide some scholarships.
But we have the Tommy Allen Scholarship Fund, so they can kick in some funds and help pay for fees.
Is that for high school kids though?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was for the youth.
Well, I think it's
the younger.
No. I think it's designed to help anybody enjoy an activity or a sport. I don't think it's age related. I mean, yes, to school age people. I mean, we don't want to be paying some adults softball fee or something. That's not the point of it. But no, I'd like to see us, and I'm sure we do pay for some fees. So if parents, you can't afford the sports fees or something, don't give up. There's ways to get around that.
And frankly, you gain so much more than just the athletic endeavor. I've always said, and I really believe this, I gained more out of participating, and I was no superstar athlete. I gained more out of being involved in sports, I think, than in the classroom. I really felt that. You learn how to be a good teammate. You learn discipline. You learn time management, all those things.
Absolutely. Yep. The big thing is the teammate thing. You learn to be a teammate, and you learn to get along with
people you may not get along with,
people that you may not, socialize with, that you may not be in your circle. So yeah, I think it's very important.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, did you encourage your kids to go out for sports? Because I know
yes.
they were all involved in sports.
Yeah, no, they were all involved in sports. We introduced them to pretty much all the sports early on. Start with t-ball and soccer and all the way through wrestling. We introduced them to all, and then as they got into junior high, then that's when they kind of separated and some they stayed together. All three of my kids always bowled, for example. But then two of them wrestled, one of them played tennis. It varied after that.
Right.
One shot trap. I'm wearing my Faribault clay team shirt today, clay pigeon team today. So clay target, I guess it would be. So yeah, they all went their own little ways, and and then that made it a lot of fun too. Had a kid in BMX.
So have you gone shooting with your?
No. There's no reason for me to have him outshoot me at my age. There's nothing good that'll come out of that.
How about bowling? You guys?
I mean, he'll have bragging rights for life now at my age, I mean, if it used to be where we could go out like once a week or once a month and he'd have bragging rights for a month and I could win bragging rights back the next month, it'd be different. But God, at my age now, bragging rights are lifetime. So no, I'm pretty selective about my competition with my sons.
So you don't go out
now.
as a family and bowl?
We have, and of course, we have, and we used to a lot, but not lately. I mean, one kid's in Brainerd, one kid's in Florida, and one kid's here in town, so a little bit harder now.
Yeah. But again, they gained a lot of things by participating.
I certainly hope they did, yeah.
I think that's probably the case. So this week, let's see, I saw the wrestlers, as I said. Northfield it was a tough one, but it was their only home duel of the season. That's another thing they got to remedy. If you want to get excitement in your sport, you got to be able to see your sport.
Well, and that's typical though, and I don't know why that's typical, but I mean, the last few years they've only had one, maybe two home matches at best, and I just haven't run into, it used to be Jesse Armbruster now, but I just haven't run into the coaches to ask, why is that? Why are we always traveling?
Yep, they're all doing tries and quads now.
Yeah, well, but we
still,
can do tries and quads here, can't we?
Absolutely.
Or isn't our gym big enough, or, what's the reason?
We were in the South Gym, too, or the North Gym.
Oh.
The old gym is where we were.
Okay.
It was kind of cool to be in there. I hadn't been in there in a long time.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
And Jesse said the talk is they're going to remodel that gym. I think Shane said this last week when he was on here. They're going to remodel that gym, and wrestlers are going to go there permanently. It'll be their home gym, and they're going to really dial it up nicely, is what they said. They got to get some new scoreboards in there. The scoreboards are really old that are in there, and they already have a fund for that. I don't know if you remember Cole McAdam, who tragically died at a young age. He was a wrestler.
Yep, he was a wrestler. Yep, I remember Cole.
His family is going to donate for the scoreboard, which will help.
Yep, he was right around my son's age.
That was very nice. He was a nice young man, too.
Yes, he was. Yep,
he assisted,
definitely.
I know, with the football team coaching. And
great parents. Love his parents, too. Great parents.
And so it's just so sad when someone leaves us too early.
Yeah.
There's a little baby. I had a funeral announcement today of a little baby born on the same day that they were born, they died. It's just sad.
Absolutely. I
don't know how you get over something like that. My mom, just tell you the impact. My mom lost an older sister. She was stillborn. And to her dying day, she talked about her sister.
Huh, wow.
And she was hoping she'd see her in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I don't know how that works. I mean, when you die as a baby, do you end up growing up in heaven? I don't know.
I would have to think that you've lived a sinless life at that point.
Well, that's true.
I mean, whether you've been baptized in the mere few hours or days that you were alive or not, I do have to believe that if a baby is born and dies rapidly like that, I sure hope that God considers that a sinless life.
The little ones. I'm sure the little ones. But my question is, are they growing up when they're?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know either.
It's going to be wonderful when we get there. So
we can find out.
Wonderful when you get there. So,
well, I don't really. Anyway, you play bingo?
No, once in a while I do. But yeah, that's something else we have to mention out here at JMO's is that they have bingo night out here. I believe it's Thursday nights. Yes, every Thursday night starting at 6 p.m. You can join them for 15 games of bingo. So. That's a cool event, and you know it's really popular. It's something great to do in the wintertime, boy. I tell you, when it's cold outside, you come inside JMO's on Thursday nights, have a little bingo. That's a great activity.
Guess I don't know. I didn't ask Ryan, and I probably should have, how much the cards are.
Yeah, and I didn't ask him either. And I was just going to say I don't know how much it is, but it's relatively cheap entertainment. I mean, you can come out and
usually have nice prizes.
You don't, cash. Cash is a nice prize.
Yeah.
Cash is a nice prize. But yeah, it's a great time occupier on cold nights. And, it's also a social thing, too. Friends get together and do it week, every time. So it's all good. Married couples do it. I mean, it's an activity.
Time flies. When you come out and play some bingo out here at JMO's Bowl
you darn
Thursday
right.
nights. Last night I was in Northfield. I didn't bring that score sheet with me, did I? 65-25 was the final score. The Northfield girls winning. Of course, Faribault Amira Williams, their best player, their leading scorer, the junior, who was here a few weeks back. She fractured her leg.
Ow. And I know about that, too, because I just did it this summer.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Last summer.
She's out for the rest of the season.
That's too bad, too, because she's a heck of an athlete.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Averaging about, 20-some points. She's 30th in the state in scoring.
Wow.
You think of all the players that play, you're 30th?
Yep, that's outstanding too. But I believe she was also the person that was going to come in and talk to us maybe about orchestra, was it?
Yes.
And Amira, if you're listening, please still come in and talk to us about orchestra. I want a discussion about that. It's
She's
a great
on her
event.
crutches,
too.
so I don't think she probably wants to move around a whole lot. But
come on. Amira, you get to the parking lot, and I'll give you a piggyback ride into the building so you can talk orchestra with us. That's my pledge.
You heard that.
Yep. I'm only saying this because I know she's not very big. I mean, not real heavy. I think I can do this.
And the boys last night, Brewer Wolf was out. He's nursing his ankle injury. They want to get that healed up before playoffs.
Yeah.
And so they got clobbered 84-48.
Yeah, but we still have some talent on our team there, but yeah, you take away one of our big players, and I don't mean just size-wise, I mean just all around talent like Brewer. We're going to miss him, there's no doubt about it. You can't replace height Drag racers used to say there's no displacement, or there's no replacement for displacement, and the bigger motor, the better. Well, in basketball, can't teach height. Can you? I don't think so. We need Friesen out here to talk to us about basketball, or
we
Hildebrand.
need Ed or Eric to give us some tips on how you get taller.
Yeah, how do you get taller in life?
They do have these stretching things, don't they?
I don't think they're very effective.
Well, if there were,
because I've always said...
We'd have a lot of 7-footers if they were.
I've always said, I'm not too fat. I'm too short. Because if I was taller, I wouldn't be fat.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You got that down.
I try.
What'd you have for your last meal out here at JMO's?
Oh, boy. I believe I had one of the pastas. I think it was the Alfredo. Tasty stuff.
Have you had their Alfredo pizza?
No, I have not had their Alfredo pizza. But
it's very good.
I would be willing to bet that that's pretty darn good too.
But you got me hooked on that chicken barbecue stuff.
Yeah, that's a good pizza. Or as I have also had it as
I put bacon on it.
Yeah, you got to put bacon on it. Yep. Or as I have it, I also eat it as a quesadilla. So either as a pizza or a quesadilla, that stuff is good, really good.
And it's available right here at JMO.
At JMO's, yeah. Absolutely. Come on out and fire one of those up, and you will enjoy it, I guarantee you.
And you know what's really cool about bowling is it's still very affordable for the whole family kind of activity.
Yeah. I mean, in a world where basically everything is
you go to
expensive.
NFL game, it's going to cost you easily over $100.
Yeah, in a world where everything is expensive, bowling is reasonable in my opinion. Because you got to look at it as in you don't bowl 1 or 2 games. You almost have to look at it in time. How much time did the family get to spend together? How much time did the friends get to spend together? And that's where it's worth it.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And your entertainment dollar, I haven't been to a movie theater in I don't know how many years. What does a movie cost? Do you know? Is it $30 now?
I don't know. I'm sure it's over 15. And, I feel bad about that, too, because movie theaters are small businesses, and I'm a small business guy at heart. And, there's always a movie out, a few times a year that my wife and I say, God, we should go see that,
Yeah, but you can get it out within a couple of weeks of it being released. And
I know, but then we're not supporting the local small business. And
we don't have a theater in this town.
Well, I consider, Owatonna and Northfield local.
Okay.
We want them to come over here and shop at our downtown and our restaurants and stuff, so it's only fair that we go there and shop at their small businesses. I'd much rather see that than driving to the Twin Cities or Rochester.
Have you seen the Bob Dylan movie?
No, I have not.
I have not seen it yet.
Nope. God, they got a movie out about Barry Manilow?
Really? What's it called?
Yeah. Song Blue?
No, that's Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. Okay. Then I'm wrong. Then Barry Manilow does not have a... No, I was singing Neil Diamond. I apologize. I got my classics mixed up there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Neil Diamond. Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah.
About a couple that did covers of Neil Diamond songs.
Okay. Have you seen it?
No, I've just seen the reviews.
Oh, okay.
One of the actresses, what the heck is her name? She's Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Oh.
And she's a really good singer.
In real life, huh?
Yeah. And the guy's a pretty good singer, too. He's a famous actor.
Okay.
But the Bob Dylan, I saw a deal on 60 Minutes last week. They did an interview with him. He's up for an Oscar, right? And he sang the songs himself.
Cool.
The actor did. They didn't. They didn't.
Oh, the actor sang.
They didn't just have him lip and have Bob Dylan music on.
He sang the songs, huh? And if I remember correctly, that actor was in the TV. Well, it's not a TV series, but it was on like Netflix. The Netflix series is Shameless, if I'm remembering this right. Kind of younger, early middle-aged actor.
He's young. He's a young guy.
Yeah, and I think if it's who I'm thinking of, yes, I remember listening to him and hearing that he sang the songs, and he surprisingly had a good voice and could do it. So
he watched an interview that Bob Dylan did with Ed Bradley on 60 Minutes. He said he probably watched it a couple hundred times.
Really?
To try and, get his
cadence,
mannerisms
and his
down,
tone, and everything. Boy, I sure hope there was more than one interview out there that he could watch, or more than I had to also watch some concerts and performances so that he could get his stage mannerisms down and stuff too.
Yeah,
but they those actors, they have to research their parts. I mean, it's not, you don't just walk in there and
if you want to be good at it, you have to. Yes.
Well, yeah, because you've got to make it realistic to whatever part you're playing. So,
you ever been to a Bob Dylan concert?
No, I haven't.
You have any desire to go to a Bob Dylan concert?
I really wanted to go.
Now that he's in his 80s,
I really wanted to go to one. I think it was 2 years ago in Wisconsin. There was an outdoor concert, and I believe it was Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson. And who was that other? John Mellencamp, maybe? Anyway, it was 3 artists like that. I'm pretty confident in saying it was Dylan and Willie Nelson. And then there's a third one in there in an outdoor concert. I really wanted to go to that, but I was tied up that weekend. I couldn't go. I thought that'd be a lot of fun.
It was in Wisconsin?
Yeah. Yep. Outdoor concert.
Wasn't the Farm Aid concert last fall in Minnesota up on the U of M campus? I think Dylan was there.
Yeah, probably. Really.
I think Nelson was there too. Nelson's in his 90s.
God, it's still going. He's well preserved, though, I have a feeling.
Well, a lot of weed in that guy.
I mean, boy, if they're not doing testing on him, they should be.
And Dylan did his fair amount of...
I'm sure Dylan did his fair amount of stuff, too.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Greenwich Village or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Isn't that where he lives still?
I have no idea where he lives. I don't know. I'm just going to assume that he doesn't live in Duluth because it's cold up there, and there's no reason to live anywhere up here when you got the money to live somewhere else,
Royal, you're telling me we don't want any millionaires in Faribault?
Oh, no, we love millionaires in Faribault, but, once you get to be 80s and 90s,
yeah, why would you want to live in this?
You can't leave the house in the wintertime. Boy, you got to get outside somewhere.
So does this mean in a few years you're going to be moving south?
We hope to, for 6 months. We hope to for
6 months.
Be snowbirds. Yeah.
So they'll be like from November through
March.
March.
Yep. We hope to. Somewhere south. Somewhere warm.
So it hasn't been chosen yet. You're not necessarily going to go to Florida, even though you have a
we have a son.
there.
We have a son there. So we're considering Florida, and then we're also considering down at the tip of Texas, down in the Harlingen, Mercedes.
Well, Texas is cheaper to live in than Florida.
It is. It is a lot cheaper, and that's what Texas has over Florida. The climates are about the same at that far south.
Right. Yep.
But boy, it's so much cheaper in Texas. So, and I'll be honest, if I were to go to Florida, I don't think I'd buy anything. I would just rent for 6 months, and because that's the only time we're going to be down there is during the winter.
Well, and your real estate, so
and I dealing with the hurricanes and all flood insurance.
Yes, absolutely,
and everything. I just don't think I'd buy down in Florida. I think I'd just rent, and 6 months. It's
not even a mobile home.
You never say never. I'm not ruling out anything. I really am not. But I'm just saying, from what I've seen down in Florida and looking at the costs and stuff.
By the way, Royal is a realtor. I don't know if people
am.
knew that or not, but you're a realtor.
Yes, realtor with Trek Properties located in beautiful downtown Faribault. Offices right across the street from the post office in the beautiful Depot Square building.
Now, you realtors have licenses.
Yep. I'm
and you're licensed
realtor
for Minnesota? Do they have different licenses in different states?
Yes. Yep. And there are, in our area, there's several realtors, in the Twin Cities area that are licensed both in Wisconsin and Minnesota, for example. I'm not one of them. I'm just Minnesota, but yes, fully licensed Minnesota realtor can help you buy, sell homes, commercial property, whatever you'd like to do.
But if I found a home in Florida, so you couldn't help me?
I couldn't represent you, no. I could give you opinions or anything like that, but no, I can't represent you for money and anything like that.
Is there a universal license, like for all 50 states?
I don't think so. Because every time I see it, now we have...
Well, every state has different laws. That's part of it.
Yes. And we do have realtors in Minnesota that also advertise that they're a licensed realtor in Florida, for example, because they're down there 6 months. So, they get a license down there and they work down there half a year and up here half a year. But
that makes perfect sense. Yeah. But if you have any...
Well, it makes perfect sense, but boy, it's not cheap to be a realtor. I mean, it's really not. You got to sell a few properties a year just to break even, basically. So,
how much is the license?
Well,
Is it renewed every year?
it's renewed every year, and then you have to take continuing ed courses every year, and you got to pay dues every year, both to the Realtor Association and to the MLS, the Multiple Listing Service. So and then you got other various expenses, and just basically you're running your own small business. You're self-employed.
Even if you're working for some brokerage.
Yeah, because you're not a 1099, or excuse me, you're not a W-2 employee. You're a 1099 independent agent, where at the end of the year they give you a 1099
And you got to handle your own taxes and everything.
Yeah, tax form with your total income on it, and then you got to start writing off what it costs you to be a realtor. So it's not a cheap thing, and it's not something you can just do.
So then, just I know we got a few minutes left here, but why do we see so many part-time realtors if it's not lucrative?
You don't see many long-term part-time realtors. You'll see some, and maybe what they've done is, if they are a successful part-time realtor, what they've done is they've built up a great career, and then they've just scaled back, towards the end of it. But you won't see a whole lot of part-time realtors that just do it and strictly are part-time, because it is expensive.
Okay, well that's good to know, because I thought I might do that when I retire.
Well, and you certainly can.
As a part-time person.
And you certainly can.
But if it's more expensive than lucrative, then I'm probably not going to be going there.
Yeah, it's just, I guess I'm just being honest and saying it's not incredibly cheap.
And it probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be. Because, you are...
Well, you want to have somebody who knows the laws.
Yeah, you are helping people buy their most expensive assets.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta take care of people.
Yeah, a friend of mine said, I said, I wouldn't mind going maybe for a month somewhere in the South when I retire. And he goes, where are you thinking about going? I said, well, I got relatives in Texas. I might go there. They don't pay income tax there. He said, you know where I'd go? I said, where? Oklahoma. I said, Oklahoma, they get ice storms in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
No thanks. I don't want to be anywhere near cold.
What was his reasoning for Oklahoma?
It's cheap.
Well, cheap and cold,
Well, I don't know about cold, but it's colder than southern Texas.
Definitely.
So you're talking way south.
Yeah, I'm talking, I would be down in the tip of Texas, in the Brownsville, Harlingen, Mercedes area, South Padre Island.
Almost Mexico.
Yeah, almost Mexico. You can probably see it from there. But
have you been to Mexico?
I have not. I honestly, I'll be totally truthful, I've never been out of the country.
Not even Canada?
No, not even Canada. When it was easy to get there, I've never been to Canada. Yeah. So
now you have to have a passport.
Yeah, now you got to.
For years you didn't.
Yep. But folks, give me a call. Once again, Royal Ross with Trek Properties, licensed realtor, and all-around good fun guy here in the Faribault area. 507-456-2932 is my cell number. 456-2932. Give me a call. I would love to talk to you about real estate, whether you use me or not. I'd love to talk to you about it.
I got a Faribault girls game Monday and a BA girls game Tuesday next week. So that'll be on the radio next week.
Good.
Hope you can join me for those next week here on KDHL.
Once again, thank you, Gordy, for letting me be your sidekick here. Bye.
The Southern.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.